Hey everyone, Sophia here for my Great Challenge. Welcome back to my channel. This is me reporting on week 3 of my weight loss journey. I'm doing Weight Watchers. So, this is week 3. I've rejoined Weight Watchers. I've been consistently doing my meetings. I have been counting and tracking every single day. There was just 2 days this week where I had maybe 3 or 4 points over my daily allowance, but that goes into the 35 points that you can get per week as extra. So I was on track. I did everything. Last week I said I was going to increase my water intake. That didn't go at all. Matter of fact, I think Thursday, hold on, I got a cat here. Thursday, by the time I reached 4 o'clock in the afternoon, all I had in terms of liquid was 5 coffees. Okay, so there's a problem. There's a problem and a struggle. How am I doing otherwise? It was a very stressful week for me. Not because of the Weight Watchers, not because I have to count, none of that. This is not bothering me at all. I'm super motivated and committed to doing this, so I'm in the zone. However, work wasn't all that great, and I'm going to tell you why. This week I was on call, and for me to be on call, what it means, and we rotate, every week it's somebody different. What it means is that if there is an emergency in the community, somebody calls you and you have to determine whether or not this is psychiatric, a medical, or any other type of emergency. Well, this week, for some reason, I had nothing but psychiatric emergencies, and every single one of them, basically what you got to do is that you got to leave your house and go meet the police or the EMS at the person's residence. Then you have to go and accompany them to the ER. You got to stay with them in the ER. Then they have to be medically clear before they can go into the psych ER. Then you have to stay in the psych ER until they get assessed. You have to talk to the assessors there, screeners they call them, and advocate as to whether or not they need to stay in the psych unit and then be transferred on the upper floors, or whether or not this is really not a psych emergency. They're fine, they had baseline, whatever. Okay, so let's start with Monday night. Monday night, got a call at 11 o'clock. I ended up having to go to the hospital. It was a medical emergency. I came back home, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. Got back to work at 7 o'clock in the morning the following day. Same person is back in the hospital, and now I'm there until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Tuesday night, another person calls, 11 o'clock at night. It was a psychiatric emergency. I was in the hospital until 3:30 in the morning. Got back to work at 8. So it was a very stressful week with 0 sleep. Okay, there was no sleep this week. So I guess it kind of put me off track. Not with the counting, because I remain with my points. But by the time I reached Friday morning, there was no weight loss at all, because I weigh myself every day. There was no weight loss. So I said, I got to do something. So what I did is that I kind of went back to how I was feeling physically, other than the tiredness, and what my previous meeting was like. And if you remember, Debbie, my meeting leader, said, Sophia, you need to eat more carbs. Okay. So she told me that on Sunday mornings. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I added carbs to my diet. By the time I reached Friday morning, I was so bloated and poofy and just disgusted. I was just like, I really was like all poofy in the face. I had managed over the past 3 weeks to lose, I don't know if I can call it lose, but slim down a little bit on the upper part of my abdomen, right underneath my, chest area. And it was just like all bloated again. So I said, you know what? The stress to begin with, the lack of sleep, and the carbohydrate is not a good combo. I got to stay away from pasta, rice, and bread. I can have potatoes, but obviously I can no longer have carbs. Okay, I don't care what people say, I just can't have, and I don't know if it's the gluten in it, I just can't have carbs. Carbs make my life miserable. And I'm addicted to bread and butter, y'all. Okay, so it's gonna be a big change. And the first week and the second week, I did very good. There was no carbs whatsoever in my diet, but once she said add the carbs, that's when I started to see absolutely no loss whatsoever. So Friday and Saturday, no carbs. lots of water intake, lots of vegetables, lean protein, and I went to my meeting today because today's Sunday, and I gotta film like 5 videos in a row. Okay, so this look here, you're gonna see it all day for the next week. Okay, just saying. All right, so here I am. I'm still tracking everything. That's the meeting from last week. All right, so I tracked here, I'm journaling, I'm tracking, I'm journaling. Here's my meeting for today. Here are the stats. Did I lose? Did I gain? Did I stay the same? Let's find out. I gotta read it. Where are my specs? They're on the other side. Okay, forget it. Well, I know. I don't have to read it. All right, so I went to the meeting today. Remember, I started at 191.8. My goal was 150 or under. So that's 40 something pounds, y'all. Okay, 40 pounds. My current weight this morning was 182. My weight last week was, I gotta count, last week I was 183.4. So this week, despite the stress and despite the bloating from the carbohydrate, I still managed to lose 1 pound, 4 ounces for a total weight loss of 9 pounds, 8 ounces in 3 weeks. Yes. So I'm feeling great. I did catch up with some sleep finally yesterday. Didn't film anything, did some cleaning and cooking. I made soup and I planned for the week. I already have it in containers to go. This is the first time I do that actually, where I have food that is ready to go throughout the week. So I have soup for today, Monday and Tuesday. Just a vegetable. Actually, it's the Weight Watchers soup that I've done before on this channel, but I blended it this time around, which I'm sure I'm going to regret. And I tell you why. We had a conversation about fruit smoothies and how come a fruit is 0 point, but a fruit smoothie is 2 or 3 points, okay? And it just didn't make sense. Same thing for vegetables. And she said, well, here you go. When you eat a fruit, you actually get the fiber, you get all of the nutrients in it, and your body works against it and needs, you know, needs energy to basically digest the food, the fruit, okay? If you blend it, if you blend your fruit, what happens is that it's not a liquid and your gastric acid and all of the other things that make you digest will not work as hard in breaking down that food. So as a result, when you drink a fruit smoothie, don't count it as a 0 point because it is not. It's 1, 2, or 3 points depending on the fruit you're using. So I have to ask her next week whether it's the same with vegetables, because I have blended my soup out of habit. And I know I shouldn't, but I kind of like blended soup, like pureed soup, very, you know, like velvety type soup rather than chunky. So I'll have to ask if it's the same thing for vegetables. But anyway, neither here nor there. I finally planned something for the week, so I have the soup. Other than that, the theme for the week was think, feel, and do. We talked about that in the previous week on this channel with the what I call BOLT now, which is, are you bored? Are you hungry? Are you angry? Are you tired? What's the other one? Lonely. Okay, we talked about that. And then we talked about your attitude determines your altitude. Okay, how high you will go. So one of the things that we really talked about today was there was a few people in the group who didn't lose and actually gained a couple of pounds, and they were very upset about it. And she talked about the last video that Oprah did on the website, which I have not watched. I don't have time, all right? And she was talking about when, I gotta read my notes, okay? She was talking about that when you have a setback, adjust, don't wallow, okay? Adjust, don't wallow. And what I'm going to add is adjust, don't swallow, okay? Don't go and say, well, I didn't lose anything this week, or I've got only 1 day left before I can weigh in and it's down the tube, so you know what, I might as well just go out with a bang and I'm gonna eat whatever I want. Don't do that. Don't swallow. Don't do it, okay? Just adjust. For instance, let's say that I had a breakfast that was a little bit too heavy because we went out to the diner, and let's say I had a bagel with some cream cheese and smoked salmon, which is one of my favorite when we go to the diner. All right, so it's a lot of points. it's almost all of the points for the day. I can adjust. I just calculate what I have left, and then I decide, do I want a 0 point lunch after that, which is basically a huge salad with no dressing, and then for dinner I'll have a very lean protein and a huge bowl of vegetable soup, which is 0 points. So you see, you can still eat, but you got to adjust. All right, don't throw it out the door because you had a bad week. I had a very stressful week this week, and I didn't throw it out the door. I pulled the rein then, and I said, Friday morning I gotta get this thing going because I need to lose the weight and I'm not gonna be defeated. So that's my advice. Don't be defeated. Adjust, don't wallow. Adjust, don't swallow. That's all I gotta say for today. 9.8 pounds in 3 weeks. I'll take it. I'm actually very happy, and it shows. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, you guys. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to check out my recipes. They're right here. Yes, I will do more recipes. Not today, another day, but there will be more recipes on the channel, okay? Thanks for watching. Bye.